Everybody, I just got back from a game, kind of frustrating game actually, and we'll talk about how to deal with a game when you're the person not having fun. Because I didn't. This game was not. It's just straight frustrating for me. Here's why. Last night I played a pretty decent but tough game with my one friend, and like it was a fight and it was a tough loss for me. And so I go to this next game, and my friend's there, and I'm like, hey, like, I don't want to play that dude's army. We just had a really hard game, like, less than 8 hours ago. Like, whatever is cool, whatever's clever, I just don't want to do that one again right now. And then my buddy's like, oh, we're going to run this one list that's really jacked. I'm like, definitely don't run that thing, please. Like, that's kind of, put it specifically, like, hey, whatever's clever as long as we don't do it like this because I just had I will get down to it. I had a game with the Tau Army, and the Tau Army game was actually pretty fun. It was a hard learning experience, but that's all right. And I was like, yo man, I just had a really tough game with the Tau like a matter of hours ago. Can I not fight the Tau again? And I would rather not fight your Taudar list. If you guys could just not bring Taudar, that'd be great. So what they did is they brought Taudar. And I was like, I made a friendly request. This is one thing. When that it's not like I'm asking for the moon. And like the kind of Taudar that I was like thinking that my one friend brought just walkers and wraith lords and like some casters, and I was like, come on man. Double spearhead, and my friend's Tau list was just a bunch of fire warriors, and it was pretty lore friendly, but I kind of one of my friends is infamous for bringing that one walker list, so I kind of knew that was coming, so I had built a list to fight his walker list, sort of, not really. I just was already fed up with the situation because I like when I found out that I was fighting a Taudar list, I made like the most screwed up list I had on deck, like that I could just think of. I'm like, fight this. I'm not satisfied with what's happening here. I put in a request. I put in a very simple request that I end up. Well, I'm down to play. I just like admitted I don't think it's unreasonable. So I was pretty salty at the beginning of the game. I was not feeling playing the game to the point where I was like, I was looking for people to text and be like, "Yo, come and pick me up. I'm done with this game." Like I was ready to leave. At a point, I was looking through my contacts, thinking of people I could text so they could take me to home, so I didn't have to play anymore. Because I was not enjoying myself to that level. That was the level of non-enjoyment I was experiencing. It picked up. I did have a better time eventually, but especially in the first few phases, I was very unhappy with what was going on. I was like, I made a very simple request as a friend to a friend, and I explained exactly why in a simple manner. And then, like, they run a really cheap list against my one friend who they're infamous for running really cheap lists on. It's like, come on, dude, he's got a strength 4, toughness 4 infantry list, and you're running toughness 8, strength 8 walkers on him, bro. Come on, dude. It's just yeah, it's like the whole setup was kind of frustrating, and annoying for me. And I was like, this is lame. And like the guy that I was playing with, I don't have anything against the guy. And like the people I was playing with, I have zero against them because they're actually my friends. But it was just it broke down to being an unenjoyable experience for me. And like my one friend, who's like the newest guy I've met, and he was playing Necrons with me. And his Necron army is just like infantry. It's like just buttloads of Necron warriors versus like this screwed up Taudar list with Devilfish, and the Tau list wasn't that bad. It just had 2 Devilfish and a bunch of warriors. You could deal with it. The list that was all walkers and whatever knights, not knights, but walkers and wraith lords or something. There, that was pretty nasty. And yeah, how did I deal with it? Well, I went outside and I was like, you know what? I'll sit this. I'll play the game. I'm not enjoying because it really seemed like everybody else kind of wanted to play that game, and I was the only person who wasn't interested in playing that. But again, I was the only person who had a hard game besides the Tau guy. The Tau guy had also played a tough game, but he got the W, and he also wasn't fighting Tau. So it's like, for me, I ended up in this situation that I had specifically asked to avoid. I was not enjoying the situation. I was looking to leave, and I was outside and I was smoking some pot, and I'm all like looking at like, who am I gonna text so I can leave? And I just kind of decided I'm gonna go see how this next turn goes. And if this next turn goes bad, I'm gonna smoke another bowl, and I'm definitely gonna get it right out of here. The next turn didn't go as great as I wanted it to, but at least there was enough interaction for me to keep the game going. And I guess that was the secret, is I got over my saltiness, and I got into the game. And, if they want to pull that one again, I'll consider just not playing with them anymore. I'm like, dude, all you want to do is run Taudar after I expressly ask you for these things to not happen. And it wasn't even that. They weren't even listening to the things I was saying. Like, they were like, I had mentioned critical things about my people. Like, I had double buffed one of my drones to be toughness 8 with -1 to being shot. And I had mentioned it in as many words on 7 or 8 occasions. And then I left the room for like 3 seconds. And then they're like, you didn't tell us. I'm like, no, you guys just literally weren't listening to anything I had been saying. And it's like, so I'm not being listened to. I'm in the situation I don't want to be. And I just decided, but the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm there to play a game. So I played the game. The game was all right. It was very frustrating, but when I got into it and I got to actually do stuff, it was okay. We suffered a loss, mostly because my teammate in this two one-on-one list was useless. And yeah, I was fighting a 1-on-2 battle that I had specifically asked to avoid. And everybody was like, why are you so salty, bro? I'm like, dude, I tried to be an adult about this. I tried to ask nicely. We all are so fucking centered and absorbed with what the hell you want to do, you completely ignored my request. Do you think this is going to lead to a gaming group that people stay in? No. No, I'm not gonna... Shit. I'll just, I don't plan on quitting playing with them individually, but that's the thing. I'll play with them individually. So I don't have to do that anymore. I will start doing what I did before, and I didn't play group games. I only played one-on-ones. Because things were happening in the game group I didn't enjoy. And so I stopped participating. And I will do that again. I will play one-on-one games. I will schedule 1-versus-1 games. It's a lot harder. And this was in the very beginning, as I was just I was not interested in having groups of people around. But that's the thing, man, is if there's stuff that I'm not enjoying in a game group, I don't have incentive to participate in it. In that game. Maybe I'll try to play another game with them. Probably I'll try to pick up D&D with them. But the thing is, when it boils down to it, if there's a repeat of that, it's gonna lead me to be like, dude, I'm not enjoying these games. That was a bad, frustrating game. And even though I got into it and I had a little bit of fun, at the end of the day, when all said and done, it was frustrating, it was hard, and the thing that I had explicitly asked to avoid was the thing that happened. It's annoying. I think you guys understand that. If you ask somebody, hey, can you just not do this one thing, and then that's all they do, you'd be annoyed too. And when you get annoyed, you can do two things. You can stay annoyed, or you can get the shit over it. And yeah, I'm still frustrated. I'm not going to lie. Still frustrated about it. But it's over. And we completed it. And it was closer than I would have thought. But hey, Next time, uh, there's a few ways to deal with it. One, get back into the game like I did there. Two, leave. Three, like no. Now y'all have fun with that one. I'll be over here modeling. Anyways, when you're not the one enjoying Warhammer, I guess also remember that it was a group thing, and my enjoyment, while I wasn't exactly thrilled about the situation, my one friend seemed very excited about it, so I've known him for a long time. Take one for the team every once in a while is also a thing, I guess is what I'm saying. If your one friend wants to do something and you're not too thrilled on it, hey man, you scratch his back, he'll scratch yours, sort of deal. Yeah, hopefully. Or if not, where they, if they're not willing to scratch your back after if the the back scratching ain't mutual, it ain't mutual. Shit, reevaluate that shit. But that ain't the case here. And I don't even think my friend my one friend that had led to this whole situation more of has even thought about it in so many ways. And if he did, I think he'd feel bad because that's just the way he is. He'd be like, "Oh, you didn't, oh, you weren't like." I think he was trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And I don't think he did too. I don't think he quite did the math yet. I think he might. If he did, and I was like, dude, this one thing that I specifically asked to avoid was the one thing that happened. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. But he was just so amped about the situation that I was just like, fuck it, man. I'll just deal. I'll just deal. But if it happens again and again and again, and you're in your fifth, sixth, seventh game, and you're like, dude, this is lame. Y'all need to find a different gaming group, guys, because that shit ain't supposed to happen. Luckily, I'm in the kind of gaming group where, I'm pretty sure if I addressed it with anybody, like, yo, that was bullshit, man. They're like, all right, we'll patch that up. But like, that's kind of the point I was making earlier. Is like, if you're experiencing a recursive problem that's happening time and time and time again, this is what happened to me, and this is kind of what I was getting at, and not in so much my Warhammer group, but a video gaming group I was part of. I used to have a lot of fun playing video games with these people. It stopped being fun. Stop hanging out with them. Video games are fun again. Go figure. That could be the case with you guys. If you're not enjoying the gaming experience, you're at a Warhammer club that you don't like, and you can't fix the problem by getting into the game, talking to people about it, or making a statement, being like, dude, this is not fun for me. I did not enjoy this. Y'all need to figure out what's going on. I'm outie. If none of that's gonna work, do what I did with that guild. That whole video gaming clan thing. It's just exit stage left, man. It'll be better. And yeah. That's it. That's the thing. Yeah. Man. No. Told my friend it was a good game. It was it was a good game at the end, but also I didn't have that much fun. I didn't have any fun. That sucked for me. Hey, like I said, if I talk to like my one homeboy about it, they'd at least be sympathetic, right? Yeah. Whatever. Address it. It's just a game, man. You're here to roll dice. Not every game's gonna go your way. So if you can't address it, just get into it, get through it, and you're gonna come out the other side, and then talk to the person afterwards. And if none of that's working, and you don't have an incentive to keep on being there, and your game group is not working, dipset. Do what I did with that clan. Beat feet. Yeah. Never like And I've known some of those people in that clan for a long time, like, and they had invited me, and they're like, "Dude, I'm forming this one clan and this one guild," and like, okay, and like, they just straight ruined games for me, just straight up, and like and like, I think that clan's still a thing, and I still think it's like a large clan in that game that they play, but and I still think my friends are playing that game. I'm not exactly sure. To have ruined, unless you were playing that game, every game you were playing was whack, and it was just not a good. It was not a good gaming environment, and you had no reason to be there. And if every time I went back to that well, it was drawing poison, right? So every time you go like, and if it's a Warhammer group and you have no reason to be there, because like, say you're like, what happened to my one friend? Oh, we're beating the horse. My one friend had a salty game a little while back. Say that happens again for him, and again for him, and again for him, and again for him. He needs to get GTFO. But like I said, we're beating a dead horse here. I'm just wound up, a little frustrated. Deuces.